You are listening to DC On Screen.
Oh, Lordy, welcome into DC On Screen. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. This is Jason Goss.
Hello.
And, yeah, I guess we're going to do some news, huh?
Let's try it.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Try it. Like we haven't done this for years now.
Squeeze it in.
Just...
Give it a go.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, because we're going to try to record 2 episodes tonight. And, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's hit right on...
We'll see how it goes.
Jesus Christ. I'm already, like, fumbling over my words.
That's a fantastic start.
Look! I'm under a lot of pressure here.
I know. It's going to be great.
You'll see, because you're hosting the next one. This is the next one's your baby.
Right.
So, like, you're going to have to do that one.
It's my problem.
It's fucking hard. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you. I'm writing down the time right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because I've mentioned it, and we've made such a fuss, I can't cut it.
Right.
Superman.
Right. Don't know why you wrote down the time anyway. All right, go ahead.
Well, because I fumbled and I was going to cut it. Nah, never mind.
It's too late.
Jesus Christ.
As you were saying.
All right. Looking at the box office for Superman, we are at 588,768,636 worldwide. I'm not keeping up with whether or not that is beating anything. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. I was responsible for the 36 at the end.
Yeah. It's done well enough.
Yeah, I did fine.
It's done well enough, and we'll talk about it a little bit more, but not in any substantive way. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about the competition of it all.
It's done well enough, and as a number, it's doing fine.
Mm-hmm. Gunn's favorite character in the movie just might be Mr. Handsome. Lex created Mr. Handsome in a petri dish when he was 12.
I had to remember who Mr. Handsome was. That was taking me a sec. Okay, yeah.
He was trying to make it a human. He didn't come out so well, but he just might be the only one in the world Lex has any true sentiment for, as evidenced by the photo on his desk. I did notice he had a picture of Mr. Handsome on the desk.
I did not. Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as a little boy.
Yeah.
As a little feller.
Yeah.
I still think he has a fondness for the engineer, but, just they work together closely. That's all.
Oh, no.
I think he likes his close team.
I don't know. He seems repulsed by her.
He does, but he just
because she made herself a meta.
Yeah, I know. He just always... I'm going to insist that when she's going down, he seems very upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
Angela! I think was her name.
Speaking about what he thought Superman needed to be, Gunn said, the thought that I always had was what you said. Superman needs to be huggable. And there is something about this suit that's disarming, even with Batman. If I was doing Batman, I'd get into it. Like, Batman is a fucking maniac. He puts on a scary bat costume and goes out and tries to scare people. So, like, he's contrasting Superman and Batman. And I think what he's saying there is, like, we can get, like, a sliver of what we might be anticipating or be able to anticipate with his Batman. Yeah. I'm very curious.
Well, not huggable.
But I agree Superman needs to be huggable. Like, there seems to be some sentiment that Superman just needs to be this, like, super gritty, jacked dude who is beyond reproach and just...
He's Superman. He's got to be that, too.
Beat everybody. But, well, I mean, he wasn't here. He wasn't in this movie. He wasn't...
I know. He's just supposed to be everyone for everything for everybody. That's the burden. But one of the moments that shines the most to me is other than in the same vein as the squirrel, but not quite the same scene. Yeah. When he takes the lady on the rooftop and tells her, like, all right, deep breaths or whatever. Like, that was awesome. Yeah, you just in the middle of a big battle, you've just swept this lady onto like a several story roof. She was probably freaking out. Take a little time to give her a couple breathing exercises. Look very calm. He did. He looks very disarming in that moment. I loved it. Mm-hmm.
A sea of calm in an unsure world, in a chaotic world. Yeah.
Imagine that same movement. Like you're just trying to escape, and then like something giant grabs you, and you're kind of in the air because it's blurry for like half a second or whatever, and then you're on a rooftop, And you turn around, and instead of this giant, like, Huggable dude who's like, okay, breathe, take it easy, there's like what James Gunn's just described for Batman. I'd jump back off the roof.
She's probably I'm not
bounce.
panicking. I'm not panicking because of the kaiju Superman. I'm panicking because when they interview me later, there's going to be a bunch of people on the internet calling me a bitch and calling me a fake because they saw the footage and they're pretty sure that the way Superman grabbed me, it should have broken every bone in my body.
Right. Yeah.
I like that so much in this movie is that there was that internet, that part of the story was that there was like this internet presence of haters, you know,
a troll army.
Yeah, just analyzing everything, shitting on everything.
Right.
Did you watch Crypto Saves the Day?
I did.
How did you feel?
I liked it just fine. I had it. The major sentiment is that is perfect for an episode of Animaniacs.
A little bit. Yeah.
And I'm aware that I might put it in that mind because probably of the pigeon and all that, but like
the pigeon
it fit in really well.
Yeah. I forgot about the good feathers. Yeah. Absolutely. I didn't really think about that. I was just, I watched it. I was like, well, that was cute. It's a little 5-minute animated short. It's episode 1 of Crypto Saves the Day, School Bus Scuffle. Yeah. And I know Gunn and Safran said at some point that it's canon. Ain't no way this is canon. This is just some bullshit. Like it's not bad. It's just it doesn't. It's a cartoon. It's very clearly like Bugs Bunny type cartoon from back in the day.
It has all the same beats as a Looney Tunes. Really is the same beats as a Wile and Roadrunner cartoon.
I mean, you've got a pigeon sticking his tongue out at Crypto and blowing raspberries and shit. Like, it's not.
Yeah. He's like shooting rockets at him through the air, I think, at some point.
Yeah.
It's just an Acme commercial, basically.
Yeah, it's all just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was an Adventures in the Making of Superman video that came out as part of the special features on the Superman movie that just came out on VOD, which is this one.
Hour-long one?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Real quick, by the way, sorry. I am going to post a link. Sorry, I can't talk today. I'm
Quick
going to
housekeeping break. It sounds like.
Oh my God. I'm going to post a link to Crypto Saves the Day.
Okay.
In our show notes. Mm-hmm. I'll also post a link to the Adventures of the Making of Superman doc that they posted as a special feature. Initially on the digital and 4K release announcement, but it looks like they just decided to release the shit online, so fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think it's even part of my little digital purchase.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that, and I'm like, y'all, it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
it'll be all right.
I was confused about that too, but it's out there.
There
are some little featurettes on the VOD thing. There's these little 2 or 4 minute things, but I don't even watch them yet.
Yeah, but part of that Adventures in the Making of Superman, they showed some of the storyboards.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
And
they're kind of like contrived storyboards, like they're for the documentary or for the behind the scenes thing.
So were they not official? Because what I was seeing, it looked like Brainiac was in one of them. Like maybe he was cut from an early draft or something.
No. These are drawn like one of them. These are drawings of like Gunn sitting around thinking about it with Peter Safran. Like these are dramatizations of events in the lives.
Gotcha.
Which is funny that they chose Brainiac.
It is.
He's there, but
yeah, it's an odd thing to throw into the documentary and to be like, yeah, that's fine to keep in. Wait, what? Why? Because we're going to pick that apart.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it would seem to not be completely naive, but I think it's just Superman, Supergirl, Crypto there, but in the context of the scene, it's just sort of them talking about how they're getting to make a Superman movie. A lot of the documentary is just them talking about how much they're enjoying making a Superman movie.
That's cool. I didn't watch it.
You did. It was fun.
Yeah, you watched it. I didn't watch it.
I enjoyed watching them talk about how much they enjoyed making a Superman movie. But I really don't know why exactly it would be there. Not precisely.
That's interesting.
It's funny too. You can see like there's a different in you can tell those are just drawn to look like they're drawn quickly, but they're actually drawn well. Versus you can see some of his later, and they are just straight up stick. I don't even know I don't know how anyone understood the shot he was looking for off the image he put on that panel.
That's funny. One of the things that was in the documentary that I did see was the clip of Gunn and Cornsweat arguing over like that last big speech of Cornsweat's.
Mm-hmm.
And, I heard a lot of people talking about it, and I heard you talk about it. And I was like, I don't really care to watch that. It's fine. I like the way it came out, but I'm not gonna. But then I broke down and watched it, and I sat here at my desk at like 3 a.m. crying. Because he didn't get it. And I did agree with him. Like, I would have agreed with Cornsweat completely. And I'm like, no, he's, come through the fire. He had to talk with his dad. He would have been way more calm.
Yeah.
And it's so much of what so many people who have not liked the movie, which aren't that many, have said is like, no, he should be calm. It's the Superman screams too much. But I loved that they shot the argument. And I think Gunn was talking about how he was shocked that they even shot it. And he was like, oh my God, I can't believe we got this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's the Gunn just being explaining it to him, and I'll post a link to it. You guys have got to check it out. It's really fun. But explaining why Clark is still so agitated, and I love the bit where he's talking to him, David just snaps and goes, I got it, and just runs to go do it. It's it finally clicks in place. It's so good. But yeah,
it's quick too. He says gotcha, and just sort of pats Gunn on the shoulder / out of his way a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Got this. And then Gunn just sort of pops him back on the back of the other shoulder. There's as soon as he starts to move, everyone's conversation over. Pat on the way.
Yeah.
Everyone film it. Get the fuck out of my way. Get it
But he was right, because he nailed the fuck out of it, dude.
He did. And it is. Not that I agreed. The first 2 takes were good. There's nothing wrong. I don't think they would have not worked in the movie, honestly.
Yeah, they would have worked.
But you see why it had a sort of magic later on that last bit. It was a wonderful moment. There really was emotion. It was a real argument. It was a pretty, in terms of arguments I've had, a relatively calm one. But
yeah. I think they were still trying to keep it professional.
Yeah, it was a very, very professional raising of emotions on set with everyone there. I'm sure absolutely aware that they were more mad than they were showing at the time,
Mm-hmm. Well, also,
but I thought they did well. And they do a good job of talking about it after. It was okay, look, we were disagreeing about this. And
yeah.
It makes for a neat scene.
It does. All right, so we've got the digital release. And it started coming out. It came out yesterday.
Yeah.
August 15th. And a lot of people, even to Gunn, have been saying, that sucks. I wanted to see it in the theater, and I didn't get a chance to. It is still in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
FYI. It is, showing here, I looked it up, in our town, it is still going until the 21st at least.
Yeah. I saw the 21st or 22nd, I think. Yeah. I've got days worth. And out of curiosity this time, I mean, for a lot of reasons, we were watching it closely because there was just so much fucking internet chatter about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we kept looking at dates for, show dates, and it would show you some, but not everything. So that we don't know that 21 or 22 is the end of that run.
We don't.
At all. I have no reason to think it is, frankly.
No. And I'll talk about it in a second, but the 4K Blu-ray release dates were revealed. They were up for pre-order. They're all sold out. So, sorry. I missed it too.
Yeah, is it just from pain that you want to not talk about that very long? Or?
Well, I don't like listing special features on the show, but the 4K Blu-ray actually does have a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It does have the Crypto Saves the Day School Bus Scuffle. It has the Adventures of Making Superman featurette. It has Icons Forever, Superman's Enduring Legacy, Lex Luthor, The Mind of a Master Villain featurette, Cryptoons, The Music of Superman, Pause to Pixels, Crypto is Born featurette, Breaking News, The Daily Planet Returns, The Ultimate Villain featurette, The Justice Gang featurette. I mean, this is like the old days, a new era, DC takes off. And then like on digital, it's just
it's a robust version of the old days, honestly.
Yeah, and like on the digital, director's commentary with James Gunn, gag reels, and deleted scenes. I would be very interested to watch it with the director's commentary, and of course, I always love to watch a good gag reel, and I love to see deleted scenes. Oh God, that just
So deleted scenes I always go for.
Yeah,
gag reels, maybe. It really just depends on the crew and what mood I'm in, and whether I really want that movie to be something I see behind the scenes that thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them you don't, right?
Yeah, no. Sometimes you don't care,
and
some of them have been better than the movie.
Oh God, yes. And then, I don't know. With this one, I would definitely like the director's commentary. Might be behind the deleted scenes. Might be the first thing I would go for after the deleted scenes, but. That is very much case dependent too. I have some that just there's no chance I would ever rewatch it with that. But
yeah. I mean,
this one I'd be very excited.
Yeah.
Shame I can't get my hands on it.
So, well, I mean that won't come out for a while though. As you'll eventually get your hands on it. It's the physical media release will come out September 23rd. It's just the pre-order sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be all right.
That's fine.
It'll be all right.
I know. I just
Jason, it'll be all right.
I just want to make sure that I gripe properly. That's part of the marketing.
Jesus Christ.
They short it. I have to gripe.
Right.
So they prove there's more marketing. They print more. And then I get one. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So part of the reason, according to Gunn, the reason that the theatrical window, or rather that the digital came out so quickly, he said it's very complicated, but the truth is it is because of Peacemaker. I originally thought Peacemaker was going to be coming out next month. There was a lot of things that are beyond our control, so that Peacemaker is coming out now. And at the end of the day, I wanted everyone to be able to see Superman that wanted to, even those people who couldn't get to a theater before Peacemaker. And that's really the reason for it. Now, I mean, even with that, we're talking about 35 days. 35 days since it came out. That's what Minecraft did, or Minecraft did like 5 weeks. That's what the Jurassic World Rebirth did, like 34 days. Like, it's not incredibly like...
Yeah, that's standard.
It's become standard. Yeah, I mean, at some point, 45 days was the standard, but there is no standard anymore. Everyone's trying to figure out what to do because of streaming, and when you're helming a universe like this, and you know that Peacemaker is going to be, in some ways, so much of a sequel, because like they put out this red band trailer, like in the trailers we've seen the Justice Gang is there, except for Mr. Terrific. Maxwell Lord is there, and in this new trailer we've got dude bro, what's his name, the scientist who looks like freaking Chit.
Yeah.
You know?
The
do it,
mustache guy. Yeah.
I also think that guy looks like Will Forte as well as Chit.
I cannot figure out what he reminds me of. He's unique and something similar at the same. I can't place it. Whatever it is, I think is from the late 70s, though.
Yeah, he was in the comics, too, and I never remember his name anyway, but it's Sidney Happerson. We got Otis Berg sitting at the table. We got fucking Defense General Maury, Secretary of Defense General Maury.
Saw Flag again.
From Superman, we got Flag. Yeah, I mean, it's like...
we knew he'd be in there destroying him, but...
You know, we've got him talking about, like, yeah, somebody else has got this thing. Like, like... Okay, all right, yeah. So this is very much, and Gunn has said it too. Like Peacemaker's going to be like a straight up. You can watch it without Superman, but
you really don't want to.
You don't. Why would you want to?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I mean, you'll probably be fine with the gag about the asshole that doesn't say hi in the background, but some of the other gags that come out of that are not going to be as rewarding without the limited amount of previous viewing at this stage that would be required.
Mm-hmm. And look, frankly, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm happy to get all of this stuff. It was financially viable enough that they all declared it a success. And here's the thing: it's like everybody, all the naysayers are saying like, "Hey, they're just making shit up. They're just pretending that it's a success. The real reason it came to digital so quickly is because it's leaving theaters, but it's not. Like, it's still in theaters. Yeah. So you're wrong about that." Like they said, they just trying to hide the fact that it's, not successful. Look, here's the thing. We have plenty of, as DC fans, we have plenty of examples of what they do when a thing is not a success. They stop talking about it. They don't say it was a huge success. No.
Yeah.
They just stop talking about the shit.
Yeah.
I don't care that Gunn said he thinks The Flash is one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen. Doesn't fucking matter. Once it came out in a flop, motherfucker ain't spoke of it since.
We just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
And when that didn't work and we're out of Jack Frost announcements, I don't know what we'll try now.
I'm not saying, because, people be like, oh, you're a Gunn apologist. No, I'm not. He's in the executive game now. It is what it is. He's going to say what he has to say. In this case, I happen to believe him with the Peacemaker shit. Like, yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, I think it was a deciding factor probably of like 3 or 4 major factors. Like the 2 major weeks that were going around as rumors were this week and next week, basically. And I mean, they were still rumors, but I would have bet a paycheck that one of them was right. The very worst, it would have been the week following, early September at worst. But
I wouldn't have bet a paycheck because you just never know. And we hear such crazy ass fucking rumors, and then all of a sudden it's just like you just don't hear about it again. And hey, remember that time they said it was going to be on the 15th? Yeah, it never happened.
And just never, and time passed, and someone updates the website and no one remembers it. But it really is in the window that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. We're right outside of it. And I know Peacemaker's connected, but I guess you're kind of thinking, okay, we'll go see it in the theater and then make sure you see it before, next Thursday or whatever. I don't at all hate the idea that in a world where it was a 50-50 decision to just go ahead and throw it out there and make more money anyway. Because genuinely, the strategy here is pretty simple. There were people that are going to watch it at home and only at home, and it does not matter how long it stays in the theaters.
Yeah.
Except that those people may forget about it, and then it doesn't show up on one of the many screens and apps they opened that month when you finally do release it, and they forget about it and don't watch the damn thing. While it's still in a hype stage, I think that's part of why people are doing it earlier. People are still talking about this film, so why not go ahead and make the money now while everybody's doing that? If you want to see it in the big screen, it's still there. There's still people that'd go see it at IMAX if you had just endless showings.
Yep, absolutely.
But you can just make that money now earlier, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think the only reason it matters is because you want as much people to be able to feel comfortable watching Peacemaker. And that there are people who were like, I cannot make it to a theater. I wish I could watch Peacemaker. I'll tell you this. My sister was one of those people who were like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to Superman in a theater and in time to watch Peacemaker. I'm going down on Friday to go watch Superman at her house with her.
Yeah.
That is the world we live in, and that's the world we have to live in now. The business has changed. Yeah. It's not what it was in 2013. VOD was still an infant in 2013. It was just ramping up.
There really is no need to... so the thing you hear over and over again now is, oh, that's early. One of the problems is that looked at a certain way, the word early just simply doesn't apply anymore. Yeah. It's no longer playing the same game that went by a timing at all. You would take the movie out of the theaters, or really, I mean, at some point you would just have it in theaters until something else edged it out. But people still cared about being in theaters, so you would eventually get edged out, even if you were a big movie, right? Mm-hmm. You needed that space. But then you would have to print a certain amount of actual things to sell, and you would use some of the demand for that little period where it was not there to see how many people were biting and looking for it, and then do a little bit of estimating on top of that. We don't need any of that shit anymore. You just kind of know how, you know with metrics that are way faster and way better than you've ever had about how many you need to print if you just had to print some, but you don't. Clearly, as you just covered, we don't really pay attention when we print things anymore anyway. Or we don't know how to get it right. I'm not sure. But the print part's all kinds of out of whack. Streaming doesn't matter. You just hit upload.
Yeah. Look, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I think he's doing what he needed to do for the fans. And hopping on and saying, look, let's get this out to people so they have time to watch it before Peacemaker, because not being able to see Superman will affect Peacemaker Season 2's ratings. Very
much so. And I think it's one of those shows where, it's also a streaming show. Some of the ways you show hype these days, other than the internal metrics that only you know about, is just chatter, right? Mm-hmm. You need the chatter. You need people to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's also the kind of show where you don't want to come in late.
Yeah. That's why he's been doing this Peacemaker podcast. Like, what are we doing right now? Fucking podcast. That's right. So yeah, I think, I think we're fine, everyone.
A lot of good reasons to do it.
Just pick up a fan and cool them tits off. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Did we adequately talk about Peacemaker's season 2 red band trailer?
No.
Did you? I can't remember if I sent you the one that had the intro to it, that where Gunn and Cena are being like, "Can we say fuck? Yeah, we can. It's a fucking red band trailer. Fuck yeah." Did you watch that?
I don't think I saw that one, actually.
There's one with an intro. It's fun.
Of course.
Yeah. So we have this. What was he? The department Secretary of Defense General Maury saying, we need to find Peacemaker. Like Lex Luthor, he's in possession of some kind of dimension portal. I'm so into this. Like, I saw an article that was like, Peacemaker season 2 might genuinely be better than Superman. Dick jokes have never been this deep. It's by Simon Gallagher over on comicbook.com. I just love the headline. But yeah, it looks so good. I love the alien creature that Chris is just so upset because he won't say hello in the morning.
I like that bit. I like the familiarity. It's going to be, that's going to be cool.
I love...
Gives you a good hint of how much time we're going to spend in those doors.
Yeah. I love all of the stuff with Vigilante being like, I like sex. This is how you bond with your best friend. No, it's not. What are you talking about? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, he shows up with a thing of cleaning supplies post orgy. I don't know what his day looks like right now, but sticky.
I would imagine. Oh man, it's so funny.
Some of the deaths in this trailer too. God, that pencil thing really stands out.
Yeah, it does. I've thought about that a couple of times since I've seen this trailer.
I can feel it.
There's double pencils going straight into the skull.
I can feel it scratching behind my jaw. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No.
No. I do like the bit about Eagly with the, I'm going to pretend you found that.
Yeah, he just drops the...
Is it a finger?
Yeah, it was a finger.
Okay.
But it was like directly after the scene where he's attacking somebody and ripping out the eye and like the stream of blood's flying out. Like, good
Poetically
Lord.
Flying in the air, I would say.
And I will reiterate, by the way, Gunn says we see lots of different characters from Superman in the season. Isabella and Nathan and Sean, and then we see a bunch of other characters later on in the season from other parts of the DCU and from Superman. There might even be one really, really, really big cameo near the end of the show. Hell yeah. It looks bloody and violent and hilarious and, of course, heartfelt. Yeah, I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. I sort of don't really have or need words for how excited I am.
You do need, because this is a podcast. We're talking about
just at this stage. At this stage of our excitement, it just can't be here soon enough.
Pretty much. During a roundtable attended by comicbook.com, Gunn was asked whether Peacemaker will ever star in his own feature-length film again. And Gunn says, I actually know the answer to that question, and I am not at liberty to say under penalty of the Safran punishment, which is a loss of my knuckle. Every time I give away something, Peter Safran will take away another joint of my finger. It's very painful. He uses a cigar cutter. He pulled that shit directly from Sam Raimi's Darkman.
Nice. I believe that. There is... one of the touching parts of that little behind the scenes is Safran actually talking about how much he's always wanted to make a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Could swear he gets a little emotional.
Oh yeah, no, even the clips that I've seen, like as he's like watching Henry. Ooh. No, I'm gonna keep it. Fuck it. I almost wrote down a time. I was like, no. As he's watching David.
No. You just said your ex's name in bed with someone else, and you're gonna have to crawl out of that. That's real life, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like, look,
it's okay. I'm here for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I ain't gonna pretend I didn't love the other one.
Yeah.
Forces beyond my control, man. But as
the
Peter
part of
is,
the bit where you pretend not to be defensive.
Yeah. As Peter is sitting there watching David give that final speech, like he's got tears in his eyes.
Yeah, he does. He does. There's a notable smirk at the end when he gets it right.
Yeah. Gunn says
I think the old boy still enjoys the magic himself.
Yeah. Gunn said he certainly connects to Peacemaker. I certainly connect to Harcourt in certain ways. I'm not as good as Superman, but nothing quite feels as autobiographical as Rocket did. But in a way, the Peacemaker story is in some ways more personal. And I really do relate to Chris. I relate to the good and the bad sides of him. In case you were wondering on who in the DCU so far Gunn connects to the most.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it wasn't going to be Superman. He declined the project several times because he couldn't find his way in.
I know.
As he phrased it.
Just reminds me of this great graphic novel called It's a Bird. I'll post a link. It's a guy trying to figure out his way. Like, he's offered the writing job of Superman several times. The guy who wrote the graphic novel in real life was offered Superman a bunch of times, and he kept turning it down because he couldn't figure out a way to relate to Superman.
Right. And
there's a whole bunch of other stuff about a family illness, Huntington's chorea, and it's fucking dark and sad. And like, his girlfriend wants to get married and have kids, and he's just like, I don't know, but he won't tell her why, because it's a genetic thing. It's so good though, so good. Over to Lanterns, they added a child to the cast. That was a weird way to say it.
It was, but okay.
I am off my game today, dude.
The lizard folk in you just came out for a second.
It's like a holdover.
A child in this new role.
It's a holdover from Resident Alien or something.
Yeah.
They cast a human child. Kerry Christopher has been added to the cast.
What kind of butter?
He's playing a character named Young Noah. He's described as a polite and charming small town kid who is gifted at just about everything he tries, but is especially fond of playing football. Don't know what that means for the Lanterns, but that is a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Batman Part 2.
As you did that, I realized I've seen movies and TV shows so bad that you just heard the casting call basically out loud in the show later, where they're like, yeah, and that's young Joey. He's gifted at a lot, but he can't, like...
Yeah, I think there's a character named Noah, and he's going to play him in a flashback. He is young Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess. Just, throwing that out there.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it.
The Batman Part 2 production begins January 1st, supposedly 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's according to production list. And it's apparently happening in the United Kingdom. I've heard a couple of people say it starts in spring. Like David Zaslav mentioned that in like a call to like investors or something. I guess you could still say spring and mean January.
I don't know. I don't even think they have spring in the UK. So, like, hard to say.
Yeah. He might have just like not remembered and been like, I didn't have that in my notes. Spring. Yeah. That's the ticket.
I mean, yeah, that could happen at any point. There's a moment early on in that little documentary where Gunn's like, yeah, because we're going to start filming in February. And then somebody behind him goes like, March. And he just course corrects the sentence, moves on.
Yep. And there's been a lot of rumors coming out about, will Hush be in the Batman Part 2? Oh, is Robin in it? And insider Jeff Snyder said that Robin was going to be in Batman Part 2 to some degree. James Gunn wrote, guys, please stop believing this nonsense. I think 6 of us have read the script. No one knows anything about the Batman Part 2. And then he reiterated again, everything you've heard is a total guess or made up to someone else. So I like when he's a little not busy and he can pop over to Threads and just like mow everyone down.
I do in time wasting. Yeah, it's very efficient for me, for him to just, like I said, mow down an entire storyline. That's a whole cycle that we don't have to deal with. Mm-hmm. If he does it loud enough for everyone to pay attention.
Yeah.
There'll still be plenty of people recycling. Oh my God, check it out, Robin.
Oh yeah, I'm still seeing people answering other people's questions and comments on all different platforms and being like, no, Gunn said this and this and this. And I'm like, no, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck he didn't. You are a liar. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stop misinforming the people. Stop misinforming the people.
Oh, God. You want to go to break? And we can come on back. We can do some DCT.
Sure.
All that right after this. Before we get back into the show, I'd like to remind you that the best way to support our show is through our Patreon feed. $1 a month gets you every episode ad-free. $5 a month gets you that, plus exclusive episodes like warm-ups, comic castaways, and Marvel reviews. You can also join for free, and you'll get access to public posts, cultivated social media posts like Reels, and the community chat rooms. Patreon.com/DC on screen. Now, back to the show. All right, well, we're back. I don't know why I was going to say I'm back. I decided to come back for Jason. Fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like that if you're going, all right, I'm back. And I just, in a few seconds, I don't know about it. I'm just, hello.
All right. Now let's get into some DCT.
Ching. It's the sound of the going back in the saucer. Clink, clink.
Yeah. So this is going to be a little muddled because I didn't do a good job of putting it together, which
there we go.
Y'all are kind of used to, I think.
Privy to.
Yeah, man, you're privy. Over on Hollywood Reporter, Gunn was talking about, I've already finished the treatment for the next story in what I'll call the Superman Saga. And I'm working on that and hopefully going into production on that not too far away from today. So he finished the treatment on the next Superman Saga. Zaslav has already been talking to the shareholders like I talked about a second ago. And he was talking about how how Gunn was directing the next movie in the Super family.
Of course.
But then separately, because I saw there was some
There is
confusion.
a history of Zaslav just sort of getting excited and tell people stuff, though.
Yeah, he said that, but then that's why I started off with Gunn said he's finished a treatment in the Superman Saga, the next Superman Saga project. You know what I mean? So, because a lot of people, there was a separate occurrence where Zaslav said, in film, James Gunn is busy preparing the next installments of the DC Super family, including Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Clayface, and the next Wonder Woman. In addition, the Batman 2 is preparing to begin shooting next spring, among several other projects in development. And a lot of people were like, oh, well, he's not doing a super family thing. Zaslav misspoke, and he's just saying the DC super family. No, these are separate instances. Zaslav did say Gunn will be directing the next movie in the super family. And then Gunn went ahead and came out and said, yeah, it's the next Superman Saga movie. See what I'm saying? And I think Gunn went ahead and said that because I think what happened is Zaslav slipped and said super family bullshit. And then everybody was like, oh, fuck. And then he was like, next installments of the DC super family in a later date, including to try to make it like it was like, oh no, this is the DC super family. But yeah, no, Gunn just came out and said what he did. So we know it's some next project in the Superman saga. But he's also said it's not a direct sequel. In terms of direct sequel, that's going to be Peacemaker 2, really.
Yeah.
And it does involve Superman heavily. I'm excited, dude. I'm just like, I don't know where it's going.
Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that he used the word family, it sort of got us nowhere. We're back to, we know there will be something that follows it, and Gunn hasn't told us much yet. And
I'll tell you,
we kind of know he just broke it himself like a few weeks ago.
I'll tell you the truth, though, what I think of, especially after watching this Superman movie, I just see that Superman family from that Kurt Swan art that you and I were just talking about, is like Superman and Supergirl, and like over the side is like his Kryptonian parents, and over on the other side is his Earth parents, and You know, you have Lana and you have Lois, you have all these, Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, all these different people. I just see this like this portrait of heroes and villains and supporting characters.
Yeah, the giant ass like 70s post-comic, post-CCA family.
Yeah, like Crypto and Streaky and fucking Comet and like that's what that's what I have in my head. And I doubt they'll do all that, but yeah, Super Family means so many things. But then, like, because of the tone of this last movie, like, I've got Silver Age in my head real hard.
Of course.
But it totally could be because Gunn likes to pick and choose. So it could be, you know, we've already got Lex fucking around with clones. So I feel like we are like a stone's throw away from a Con-El, you know, Superboy.
I mean, if he gets another shot, that next one's going to be really good. Look at the progress between Mr. Handsome and... Mm-hmm. Between Mr. Handsome and Ugly David Cornsweat is a lot of good work.
Right. And if he's merging it with his own DNA, you know, he's got to be smarter.
Maybe.
Oh, I mean, if it's Con-El, he's got to be smarter than Bizarro or whatever that thing was. I'm assuming it'll become Bizarro.
Yeah.
Zaslav also has said recently that WB hopes to release between 12 and 14 new movies across its 4 key labels, only 1 or 2 of which will be DC Studios productions. Some people have been like, that's, you know, a really small amount, and I'm going, that's a perfect fucking amount.
1 or 2 movies over
a year. Over a year.
No, that's great.
You don't want like 4 movies a year, God, and then you're going to be like Marvel, and you're going to be like, well, what are we doing here? We're exhausting the VFX houses, you know, and Marvel's scaling back because of this shit.
Yeah. Hey, where do you get the big payoff when you have 4 different major properties that are supposed to, like, every quarter there are 1 or 2 properties that are supposed to hit and be the big thing? Like, where is the big high, just the big moment that everyone's going to talk about? Where are you going to bury it? The other 4 shows that month or that year are going to be pissed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is just movies, though. This is just movies. And we don't know that. We know that they've already announced Creature Commando Season 2. They've announced, and it looks like they have it in, you know, well in hand, this Mr. Miracle animated series. We've already got artwork for that show. Like, we've got Lanterns coming. There are shows coming.
Yeah, plenty of screen time.
Fine. We will be fine.
It won't just be episodes of Crypto running around after pigeons.
I swear to God, this fan base, half of the fan base is going, oh my God, they're making too much. It's going to be terrible. And the other half is going, oh my God, we're not going to have enough. It's going to be years before we get any more DC. The fuck is wrong with all of you? It'll be fine.
I don't quite have a handle on the extremism either way on that. It starts with it, like, they're giving me numbers to start with, which for me is just a very nice, safe place. Cool. 1 or 2 movies a year, that does feel instinctively cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to suck in, like, I mean, it can when you get, like, one of them hits in February of 2027 or whatever, and then 2028's and then, like, November. That's going to feel like a drought. But,
nah.
I mean, yeah, you do want something every, like, what, 9 months or so on average. If I had to just ballpark one right now. 9-10 months feels like a decent average.
Yeah.
9 to 12, maybe.
Yeah. But you know what? When we have a drought on DC on Screen, we just stop making episodes. we go a couple weeks. We'll go a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 weeks between episodes. But we don't have to do that. We have so much to catch up on. Like,
typically,
we can there's so much stuff. Like, we still need to go back for Tomorrowverse, the rest of the Tomorrowverse stuff. We need to go, and there's like a whole raft of fucking animated films before that. We can go back for, like, you know, George Reeves. We can go back for Kirk Allen. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot. There's a lot we can go back on, and I think we'll be fine. I'm not worried about running out of DC,
but it is ample.
Oh my God, dude.
Ample for 2 guys to sit and watch.
I'm sorry. I know y'all don't expect me to go off on a tangent.
Crazy. A tangent near what sounds like the end of the news you had available.
No, it's not. It's not. I've got more news. But you know what? Like,
that's the part that is slightly shocking then. God, otherwise.
Yeah, no. I'm just, Dude, in the topic of other stuff that we haven't gotten to yet, I am so excited because Swamp Thing the series, the live action series, has traditionally been very hard to find. It was put like they did 3 DVD releases that was like, volume 1 and volume 2, and then they weren't popular enough, so they released the third. Shout Factory released like the third volume on direct from their website, and it's no longer available. So if you go and you look like, okay, I'd like to watch Swamp Thing the series, like the old series, not the DC Universe one from whatever it was, 2018 or whatever the fuck,
something like 20-something.
Yeah,
I assume if anyone was wondering, they figured it out by the time you said volume.
Right. This was like the show that was a continuation of the Wes Craven movie. Same fucker playing them and everything. And you just can't find it. It's really hard to find unless you're just willing to go onto eBay and spend some fucking money. My wife, God bless her, in her never-ending quest to find like 90s television shows, found a YouTube channel that just has all these like hard to find TV shows in full bulk. She found all of Swamp Thing for me, and it's like, it's clear whoever uploaded this shit like just ripped them right off the DVD because they are fucking clear as shit. They look so good.
And like, no one has cared enough to stop it yet.
No one has cared. I'm so excited. So I've got like a
certain amount of patent law application. I just genuinely does work that way. Some of it is, I swear to God, people going, yeah. And that's it. That's the whole thing right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I'm going to try to get to it soon and get me a rip of it. But
hit the old DL button.
Yeah.
While you can, before someone decides to care.
Yeah.
Before it turns in,
yeah.
So you're in trouble then.
I've got a string of podcasts that I'm producing. This is one of them. Mm-hmm. I've got to get edited and put up and managed, and I've got 4 Star Trek Universe episodes coming up very soon, and then I'll be able to get to it. Start hacking away at that.
And then you're very excited about it. Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Anyway, sorry, that's a strange little detour. Look,
so in a few weeks, if I've heard nothing about Swamp Thing, I'm going to assume it has gone mediocrely. If it goes really well or really poorly, I feel like you'll stop and let me know.
Right. If you want to watch it, I'll move it up a couple of checks on the priority list.
I doubt it. I borderline would like you to take the first bullet. And, will you get in the water first, man? If you don't mind.
Yeah. No. I used to watch this show when Sci-Fi Channel would air it in the 90s.
Yes, so me too. But it's fuzzy memories of fuzzy TVs watching this show.
Yeah. Dude, like I showed my wife the intro to the first episode, and I had forgotten because there's like a montage of like different shots in the swamp and with like, names and whatnot, the cast and everything. And then about halfway through, Swamp Thing starts a fucking like soliloquy.
Awesome.
And my wife like grabbed her mouth in excitement cringe. Because of how awful and amazing this is.
In a gesture of shodden cringe.
And then the last bit where he says his name, Swamp Thing. You see, it's like just like foliage and shit. And then all of a sudden you can make out the face and it gets real close up on his face and then his eyes open. You're like, fuck yeah.
Where does it rank in terms of like Margot Kidder's Sky poems?
It's better than that shit.
That's better than that one? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think so. But,
we could almost figure out a multiplication system for just cringiness based on that we could use as a shorthand.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move along here real quick. Gunn.
Swim along.
on his podcast, with his Peacemaker podcast, has been talking about who's canon and who's not. First up, let's talk about Matter Eater Lad. He says, ever since I had to team up with the quote from Peacemaker season 1 was from Peacemaker, and he says, ever since I had to team up with Matter Eater Lad, my sense of what's normal is a little fucked up. And he said he watched Matter Eater Lad eat an entire Wendy's restaurant.
Yeah.
Because they took too long with his fries. And Gunn says he's canon.
Yeah.
He says, in the comics, Matter Eater Lad is a member of the Legion of Superheroes, which means he's from the future. He does not exist in present day. And so somehow he's either traveled back in time to the present day to hang out with Peacemaker and eat a Wendy's, or he's a different character who exists in present time.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to say I'll accept a Matter Eater Lad. I think we can live with that. We've decided that Dollman's canon. We've decided that Batmite's probably not canon. We know the Justice League isn't canon. So based on that, I'm like, why is Batmite? Because I know Gunn has talked about how he loves Batmite. I'm like, why is he not canon? Like, come on, man.
He explains this, actually. It was fun. I can give you that.
Okay, give me that. Because I can't listen to all these podcasts.
It is fun. He explains that because sort of on a knee-jerk reaction, everybody does exactly that. They're like, why? Okay, precise that question. Why not Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah, his response is pretty much because you just don't, like, you cannot put that out there. It's the power. He can't put that power set out there, what all that means. Like, he can't do all this other stuff while there's something that big and like that huge of a scope just chilling. It's too big of a set piece to play with right now. That needs to stay needs to stay off screen for that kind of thing. I don't know if he said anything like right now.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm only paraphrasing what he was. I'm not even paraphrasing. I'm just giving you the gist of what he said. The takeaway.
I don't know.
Very phrased.
I'm going to say something that I don't think I never said about Zack Snyder. I need a fucking meeting with James Gunn. I'm like, I got some ideas about Batmite.
Just throw a few things your way, bro.
I got some ideas about Batmite. I got some ideas about time travel. We need to talk. I know you don't care for the time travel. Look, we got a Matter Eater Lad. It's happening. It's there. Yeah. Like, let's just embrace this absurdity.
He'll have plenty of fun with it when the time comes. Like, Batman, I think so my memory of that conversation is that he also is excited about Batmite. It's just that it is the coin. You can't, like, you need to move the other chess pieces. Mm-hmm. You don't bring in the ones that big quite yet. Yeah. Yeah. Understandable concern, I think.
That is understandable. I mean, it would be hard because, like, a fun thing you could do with Batmite right now would be exactly what they did with him in Batman the Brave and the Bold, which was use him to comment on how a certain faction of the fan base is unhappy that it's not Henry. yeah, for sure. But you remember in Brave and the Bold, like, they straight up, he just took us to a fucking Batman convention where Paul Dini and Bruce Timm are dressed as, like, you know, Joker and Harley and angry in a crowd that wanted more Batman animated series.
Right.
So, like, you don't want to rip that off, but man, I do. Batmite is the way in to a certain degree, but, you know, I don't want to do Batmite when you don't even have a Batman yet.
Yeah. And when it's time, it's going to be beautiful. But Batmite has to be in a deconstructive era of telling something. Like, you got to have Batman, and then normal things have to happen to Batman, and then eventually abnormal things happen to Batman.
Yeah.
And you can't just have Batman like right out the gate. What are you even doing?
Yeah. But if he's saying that, then I'm assuming he's also saying Mr. Mixia Spitlick is off the table.
Mixia Spitlick. I still say it the way that I think it's maybe that episode dictates.
Yeah.
Where it does the little images and like
he pulled out a Yes album.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing I really remember.
Yeah. That is still how I try to say it. Mix Yes Spitlick.
Yeah. Me too. So
it's along the lines of people knowing the countries because of the Animaniac song.
But that is like, it's such a big, such a big villain for Superman to face. I mean, you either have to go like world-ending, epic thing, all because of this little guy who's either bald or balding, little tiny man who's floating around. I don't know. Sometimes he looks like a giant baby. Whatever. Like sometimes he's fucking Thomas Lennon.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing I like about a Mix a Spitlick kind of story. Not so much Batmite, although you can. But here's the thing I like about the Imps. Mm-hmm. You don't really have to have a drama storyline.
No.
This can just be fun for fun's sake. I could literally just watch David Cornsweet fuck around with a little like Sesame Street-ish vibe kind of Mix a Spitlick for a little while, and it would probably be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one has to have any really major scenes here, really.
Yeah, I mean that could actually also be a totally fun thing to do. Just have Mix a Spitlick show up. You could even do it in a TV show and just have it as a gag where Mixie shows up and for just a second, like just snaps his fingers or whatever, and Cornsweet becomes Cavill.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, change him back, Mixie. Like, all right.
I mean, I'm imagining like the same early vibes of like, what the hey? Kind of chasing around an imp all day. Trying to figure out how to get rid of him or trying to figure out how to get him to say his name.
And, it would be still the same bit from the Batmite Brave the Bold, but they could have Mix a Spitlick be like, I hate this guy in every version. Every version.
Yeah. And
this one's saying, what the hey? God, at least the other one was like, not impressed or whatever. Like I would still enjoy it. I don't care if it was a ripoff. Anyway, moving on. Gunn said that Kite Man is not necessarily dead. He said it may say that Peacemaker has taken down Kite Man. I don't think that means permanently. I don't think it means he killed him, took him down. I think he just got him. Yeah. And he's in prison now. So he's still fine. We could see Kite Man, sure. I think this might be a walk back. I think maybe he initially meant for it to be, oh yeah, he killed him. Why would we have Kite Man in this universe? Who cares? Kill him. But then like Tom King wrote that Kite Man hell yeah bullshit, and Kite Man blew up in popularity.
And he's got to crawl it in, yeah. Man, how did that go down? Wasn't Kite Man just kind of listed as like, I've killed so-and-so, like people I took care of?
I think there was like a newspaper that said Peacemaker takes down Kite Man or something.
Okay, all right. I was wondering how graphic it was, if it was a throwaway kind of thing or...
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, I'm sure Bloodsport took down Peacemaker would be a sentence that still makes sense here.
Yeah.
And then Peacemaker took down Rick Flag Jr., but still different outcomes.
When he was talking to I can't say the guy's name, who played Clemson Mern,
There you
go. In Peacemaker season 1, he says, I think Clemson Mern is canon. Maybe his face might not be canon if we want to cast Chuck as something else in the DCU, but also Chuck could end up playing some other character, maybe one that isn't so humanoid. So. Because they were trying to figure out, like, or he was trying to say, like, could we get him to play something else, or could he come back? But his character is dead.
From the sound of it, they just missed him and and wish they had had a way to write him into season 2.
Yeah. I keep hitting my mic.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Poor Mike.
James Gunn talking about Peacemaker, Flash, and Wonder Woman references, and are they canon? He says, let's see. Because he said that Flash is an unbearable douchebag or D-bag, and Wonder Woman, she did spend an entire party fucking me from across the room. Gunn says, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. They'll exist eventually. Whether they exist now, I don't know. I would think Wonder Woman would have to exist now somewhere in the universe.
It's the known or unknown part.
Right, known or unknown.
Yeah, but she has to be alive.
She has to be alive somewhere.
Yeah. And within certain boundaries, pretty much should be Wonder Woman by this stage.
Yeah, you would think. Whether we'll see Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn and Idris as Bloodsport, again, Gunn says that will be revealed down the line.
Would love both.
I definitely am always looking for a place to put Bloodsport and figuring that out. So we'll see what happens. I hope so. Like, I don't want Margot to be done.
I don't either. She was great. And then I watched Heads of State after you talked about it. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
the Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
The bit was, with him was great.
Yeah. But what I'd deeply forgotten was, and then there are just a lot of clips of him and Idris, John Cena and Idris just doing whatever, mostly eating British food that I've seen. But a lot of fun. I just forgot how much fucking fun Idris was with that role, man. I hadn't seen it in forever.
Yeah. Here's a bad thing. When my wife showed me the trailer for it, and I didn't realize it until just now. When my wife showed me the trailer for it, I thought, I may have even said, "Oh, that's fun. They did a movie together."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I get it. I don't even think of it as like they would have a rapport kind of situation for some reason.
Yeah.
Clearly they must, but...
And the Suicide Squad together, Dave. What are you talking about?
And I know it was an ensemble cast, but they had some very, very deep scenes together. Must have spent days, at least a couple of days, clearly on set and intimate talks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of forgot to while I was watching Heads of State entirely. They just have a good back and forth. They're funny together. They clearly have a good time. It comes across.
Yeah, they do. All right, so we have some news about My Adventures with Superman Season 3. The showrunner, Jake Wyatt, confirmed that post-production was finished, and it won't be much longer before the third season comes out. And I don't know how I feel about this, because I've been really excited about catching up on My Adventures with Superman. Mm-hmm. But it looks like there was some comic book convention images that came out, and it looked like that they're adapting the death of Superman into the third season. And, they did that as well on Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
And it was different enough, but I'm also just kind of tired of Doomsday, dude. I'm so fucking tired of Doomsday.
Yeah. I'm a little burnt out on that at the moment.
I don't know that we're going to get that, though. Because what the artwork showed was Superboy and Cyborg Superman, and I like those characters. So, and I really do like of the death of Superman. Reign of the Supermen is my favorite part of that story. I don't give a fuck about Superman dying. I liked when Cyborg Superman shows up and everybody's like, "Oh my God, is it you?" And then like Superboy comes up and like Eradicator shows up, and like that's the fun part for me, because like everyone's like kind of, are any of them the real Superman?
I go back and forth. That was an era that was so hit or miss for me when I've...
Oh yeah. Oh wait. He was Eradicator, but he was calling himself the last son of Krypton.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope, dude. That was dope. Like,
it's a cool name.
I'm sorry, like
the name stuck.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, like Superman died, and now there's a mysterious cyborg Superman, and now there's like this dude called the last son of Krypton, and some fucking kid,
and he was the one that looked like a little punk rocker anyway. Yeah,
well, that was Con-El, before they pulled him out of that era, and now he's back to that era. So I do like the leather jacket and the John Lennon glasses.
Well, that's true. I thought Last Son of Krypton had like a little punk rock situation going on too, or is he there?
No. Last Son of Krypton was Eradicator. He looked like a full grown Superman, but he had like a yellow goggles, and then he had like black, or sometimes it was black, sometimes it was darker blue on the sides of his costume, and like a big blue stripe down the front. But he had like the giant Superman symbol that the cape kind of furled out of. Which I always thought was a better Superman costume than Superman's actual costume. But you put the glasses on when you're the superhero, not when you're your secret identity.
Yeah.
I just like goggles. I like big booster gold goggles.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that was what it was. The giant S bothered me. There was something about this costume that really rubbed me the wrong way. What was that?
Oh, yeah, no, I like that. I like the big S, and I like the it felt very 90s. The giant S as like almost like a chest plate. It felt like the Green Ranger's fucking gold armor thing that went over his chest. But I think
that might be my problem with the glasses, is they
Or the goggles?
Is it goggles? Yeah. They look like it's the style of like Cyclops and Johnny Cage and like an era that I wouldn't connect with them at all. And then when they're in their big goggly form, really, they just look like my grandmother's fucking giant blackout glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the glasses she would put over her actual giant Superman
just had his eyes dilated.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
He had to read the chart.
Frankly.
You're not supposed to fly when your eyes are dilated.
You know, actually, that's a good point. There's nothing up there. He's just going to bump into some very unfortunate birds at worst.
Mm-hmm. All right. And I think this is our last piece of news. The Aztec Batman animated film that neither of us are interested in. The sequel's already being considered.
Okay.
So Aaron Berger and director Juan Jose Mesdaleon and the Batman actor Horacio Garcia Rojas all suggested that there is a plan in place. If this one is successful, we already have it mapped out, says Berger. We just need the fans to show up so that we can convince Warner Brothers to do that. Rojas went on to say that the history of the Aztecs and the geographic area means there is plenty of potential for the narrative to continue. Mesoamerica has more than 500 years of story, so I think we have a lot to say with the characters of DC, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah, they'll have there's a ton there, and one of our issues was that we didn't know who would be following. They set up a dozen characters, or they kind of character map over a dozen characters into that backdrop. It's a lot.
It is
a lot of characters to play with. They've got a whole ass universe to.
The director outlined how the story of Batman can manifest in different places and cultures, with the new story having a lot of ways that it could expand. There's definitely a whole world that was laid out and planned out for this alternate reality, this Elseworld of Batman. It's an original story. It's a whole new Batman. It has nothing to do with the Wayne mythology. There's a whole new Mexico warrior that is seeking vengeance. You know, I'm lightly interested. My thing is I don't like the Aztec stuff normally. Like it's like Victorian England for me and my wife as well. Like we just don't.
Yeah,
something about it. I don't know.
Fantasy doesn't hit me very well either. Like there's a couple of backdrops that don't necessarily hit. Also, just the idea of Batman can emerge anywhere, or emergent Batman theory. Not even Grant Morrison can make that work for me.
Really?
I never dug it. I kind of like it just being that dude's story.
Yeah, I'm okay with the idea, and within a multiverse setting. I'm like, yeah, okay. I guess it could happen anywhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, Elseworld style, sure, that's fine.
Well, that's what this is, you know.
Yeah. I know. I just.
I'm just talking about from an interest standpoint.
Yeah, one of the some of the Grant Morrison thing was like he goes back through time and Batman kind of can show up anywhere. It's the idea of like the spirit of Batman can kind of show up in different versions. Mm-hmm. It does fine in certain Elseworlds, but it's not like an inherently interesting idea to me. It really just depends on what flavor you picked.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Yeah, you can do it. If people like it, I love that. I'm so excited that you guys have a new Batman that you like. This is boring as fuck to me.
I also wonder, it also is very mood dependent. Like, there are times in my life where Scott Snyder's Absolute storylines would have probably been the coolest thing I'd heard.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like in my mid-20s, especially late 20s, Anyway, at some point in my life, like if you had told me that Scott Snyder was going to do an Absolute version where he shrunk everything down and did this blaze, I would just be over the moon. Right now, I don't give a shit. Not in the mood for it. I'm kind of saturated on that style of storytelling at the moment. No offense to anything. Yeah. I'll catch it later. Probably.
For me, I keep seeing stuff and going like, oh man, I wish I was reading comics right now. Like, I'm not collecting individual issues, so I'm just not I'm not up on it.
Yeah.
It's
all FOMO to me,
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting over the corner going like, hey guys.
Yeah.
You look like you're having a lot of fun over there.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the cuck chair. Mm-hmm. Watching everybody get down.
I haven't had.
That's a pretty big axe.
Where'd they come from? His what now? Ooh. That's cool.
You say his cape is made of the ashes of Krypton? That's pretty dope.
Oh, that is neat. See, like the ideas are cool on paper. I just have no room in my life for the actual storyline right this second.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get to some feedback. Buster Barnes commented, it says, I think the Superman sequel could be War World with Mongol. I think I'd be okay with that. Like, if you opened up the cosmic element of the DCU and you introduced like different heroes from different worlds and they all have to fight in this war world, and then all of a sudden they're like, wow, our newest acquisition, the last Kryptonian, it'd be fun. The last son of Krypton.
Yeah, it can. I think you need a little space, though, before he gets his ass beat that thoroughly again. I don't know. Not necessarily.
Well, no, he's far away from the yellow sun.
I just mean one of the things that happens a lot in this movie is him getting his ass beat a good bit.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot. There's some people having problems with that, seems like.
Although, surely some of that's in our future. I mean, he throws... he telegraphs the fact that we're going to go to some red suns with Supergirl, so... we're going to see what kind of cosmic settings out there anyway, so I don't know, man. That might have more or less legs to it once we see what she's up to, for sure.
Yeah, good. I don't know. All right, we got a voicemail from Lorenzo Valdez, and we'll cut to that now.
Dave and Jason, this is Lorenzo Valdez calling in once again. First off, the scene with President Gurkos, that idea of Lex telling him to soak up the blood, I'm glad that scene's not in the movie too, but less so because I think it detracts from, the impact of the moment, and more so because I don't think that's something that Lex would say. I think Nicholas Holt's performance is it's pretty much pitch perfect in my eyes. And I don't think that moment would have fit for me with something that Lex would have said. In terms of, the idea of not seeing the Wayne murder, Kal-El rocketed off from Krypton, or Peter Parker getting bitten by the spider again, I think that it's more understandable to see the Wayne murder because that moment specifically is why Bruce does what he does as Batman, whereas Kal-El getting rocketed off in the rocket ship is not why he becomes Superman, and Peter Parker, getting by the spider, yes, that's what gives him his powers, but that's not why Peter Parker does what he does as Spider-Man. So I think it's more understandable to keep revisiting the Wayne murder over and over again than it is perhaps to keep revisiting those other moments over and over again. I also wanted to touch on, what Gunn was saying about, a character people might not expect sort of being the central character that, runs through the DC universe in a way. My theory as to who that will be is actually Rick Flag Sr. I think that would make a lot of sense because, he was in Creature Commandos, he was in Superman, he's in Peacemaker Season 2. It wouldn't surprise me if he's in Lanterns. So I think it makes a lot of sense that he would be the Nick Fury, if you will, popping up over and over again and sort of being a through line through James Gunn's DC universe. Klana forever and always. Bye-bye.
All right, we're back. Thank you so much, Lorenzo, for that voicemail. Okay, so let's talk about Gurkos really quick, soaking up the blood. He says he doesn't think it's something Lex would say. To me, that absolutely seems like something this Lex would say and do. I mean, this is the guy who's like, just breaking cups just to make people clean it up.
Yeah.
I think he is that asshole. And like Gunn had said, like he's got nice shoes. He doesn't want the blood to mess up his shoes.
Yeah. I
do think the scene is too dark and it feels too much like a joke. I mean, Gunn was laughing when he was talking about it.
Yeah, true.
I do think that it undercuts the drama of it too much, but I do think it feels like something this Lex would do.
My biggest problem wouldn't be so much the verbiage as there's no need to make him that subordinate at that part in your scheme. Yeah.
I do wonder if Gunn will eventually redeem his Lex.
Oh, he definitely throws it out there.
I mean,
in the closing speech.
Yeah, he definitely does throw it out there. He does mention it, like,
I hope for the world's sake you.
Yeah, you find the humanity within you, or whatever.
That's the gist of it, yeah.
Or you'll realize that it's the best part of you too.
Something like that, yeah.
So, I would love to have, like, in live action, a version of that scene where Lex gives himself the Superman powers, and then, like, and you're like, fuck, oh no, he's got Superman powers.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like, oh, this is how he feels all the time.
Yeah.
And it actually is the thing that like fucks him up and goes, oh, I can't be this person anymore. Like, no, I'm a piece of shit. Oh my God, this is terrible. Let's talk about the having to see the Wayne murders. I don't think you have to see the Wayne murders, man. I'm sorry. I don't think you have to see the Wayne murders. It is why Bruce does what he does, but I feel like most everybody knows that story, and you don't have to see the fucking pearls. You don't have to see it. Yeah. You could have like some line of dialogue, and then, Bruce looks over and you see like the fucking painting of his parents or something. Like something bad happened to people he loved, and that's all you need to know, really. Like, if for some reason you don't know, if you've, been in one of these areas that you see in these articles where people fly over and you see, tribes of people who've never experienced anything outside of the that one area, never had electricity. If you came out and you immediately, they were like, well, you got to watch a Batman movie. I don't know why the fuck that would be.
For encouragement, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
You want to encourage pluckiness at that stage in the rescue.
Right. I mean, I don't know who would be like, I think if I asked my grandmother in her 90s, like, how did Batman come about? She'd probably be like, I don't know. Didn't somebody kill his parents?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it, Grandma. Good job.
Like, even if it wasn't I don't know if that'd be a 2, 4, 6, 800, like what level of Jeopardy question this would be that the average person would get.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you take that off the table, I think you can allude to it and summarize it very quickly. Like you don't even really have to do a flashback scene. Like you can just have him describe it a little bit. You can just have him kind of offhandedly say like, my parents were the victim of random violence. Like it meant nothing. They died in an alley. For nothing. Okay, right. Great. Like you don't
have to see it.
You just said 2 sentences, and that's the gist of it. That's all you really needed.
Yeah.
But like you really can just mention it to some extent and not put us all back through it, even if we had to.
Yeah, and I don't think Batman the Animated Series ever showed it. I really don't
think they do. Brave and the Bold didn't show. Well, they said they were never going to show it because it was going to be too graphic, and then the one time they kind of show it, they do it a little bit off screen, but they do have a scene. It takes up about 15 seconds in the whole series.
Yeah. Batman has like a fever dream where he walks into a tunnel, and then the tunnel like comes out of the ground and it's a giant gun. Yeah. That was fucked up. But yeah. No, I don't think they ever saw. So I don't think you have to see it. Also, man, you are absolutely right. Spider-Man does what he does not because he got bitten by a spider. He does what he does because he was a selfish prick and he got his uncle killed. Like so just that. There's that.
There is. Although in most Spider-Man stories that I know, they drop the motivation about Ben dropped pretty quickly into like, he's just a good guy. Like it's an early polarizing or a catalyst for him, but like it doesn't really have to stick around that long.
Yeah.
I do, now that you put it that way, putting the two characters next to each other, I do feel like every evening Bruce wakes up and kind of remembers Crime Alley. Whereas I feel like most days Peter Parker would wake up and just sort of maybe not even really remember Ben that day. You know how grieving really works where maybe like this, the first day you realize you didn't think about him for a whole day and you feel guilty. Like you ever heard that story about things?
Mm-hmm.
He just probably has a more healthy relationship with his grief. It's not a daily drive for him. I don't think.
Oh, I don't know. I think it is.
I don't think he wakes up and like has a, does a mea culpa about it every day. Not necessarily.
I don't know. There's depending on which version you're talking about, like definitely not in MCU, but
I guess, I don't
know. I've heard a lot of soliloquies about Uncle Ben, and great power comes great responsibility, and
plenty. I guess the versions that I'm thinking about that have full-fledged villains and are on their second, Redhead or Mary Jane or whatever are like more well-adjusted in that area of their life, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that sticks with all of the canon, but
I don't know. I think Peter's over here thinking about Uncle Ben so he doesn't come inside of MJ. That's what I'm.
That's
like some guys think about baseball. And he's just going, Uncle Ben, no.
There's so many better ways, my man. So many better ways. There's gels.
He's got her stuck to the ceiling, of course,
Yeah.
but he's still looping that Uncle Ben memory in there. Like, no, my selfishness. Anyway,
I don't.
all right. So, Lorenzo talked about the theory on who the primary through line of the DC universe, the main character of the DC universe, was supposed to be. He thinks it's Rick Flag. Okay, Rick Flag Sr. I don't want it to be him, but I can see it.
It makes practical sense, and it kind of even a little bit fits the Gunn thing about like it's somebody you're not thinking. But I feel like he would be someone that we might be thinking, and the glint in Gunn's eye was just too bright.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anybody that's going to be even that. That's not the most obvious pick for sure.
It's going to wind up being fucking Cat Grant.
Yeah, some shit. He's going to be like, why do you think Steve Lombard's in such good shape? Oh, I knew it.
Ah, you bastard.
Yeah.
It's going to be Eve Tessmacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think that is a more, I don't know, atypical guess than what we've been doing. So it's in a better position, but I still don't think it's good enough. I still think it's not crazy enough.
Yeah. It's the fucking squirrel.
Yeah.
It's the squirrel. It's the little girl that he saved with the giant beams coming down.
Squirrel in the Night Armor meme, man. All day.
Yeah. By the way, I was like watching that crypto cartoon and I was like, I think the pigeon just hung out with the squirrel that Superman saved.
Oh, cool. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, he was like hiding in the tree in this or whatever, and the squirrel was next to him.
That's good.
I don't know if it was that squirrel, obviously, but I did say that show's not canon. Yeah, anyway,
just a cousin.
Let's get out of here. We got another episode to record, and you got anything else?
Nah.
Cool, man. All right, so we're gonna call it, and I don't know, fucking keep some DC on your screen or something. I don't know.
It's getting even easier these days.